In the last video, we have derived this equation which represents the relative velocity between 2 points in the rigid body. Okay, now let's differentiate this equation with respect to time one more time. Okay, and what we will obtain, we will get AB when I differentiate VB. Okay, and this AB represents the acceleration of point B, and due to this term I will get AA, which represents the acceleration of point A. Okay, and when I differentiate this term, okay, omega could be a function of time, as well as this RB/A could be a function of time. Okay, and due to that reason I will write this, d by dt of this term as these two terms. Okay, now if you recall from our last video, we know that dRB/A by dt is nothing but omega cross RB/A, and that's how we have obtained this term, right? So instead of this, I could substitute omega cross RB/A. And what about this term, d omega by dt? So for this, I am going to define a new term called angular acceleration, okay, which represents what is the rate of change of angular velocity, and that's once again a vector. And finally, if I substitute all these things, I will get this equation. Okay, so this term is because of the change in angular velocity, or because of the presence of angular acceleration, and this term is known as centripetal acceleration. Okay, so this is the final form, and it would be nice if we know what about the direction of these terms. Okay, now first let's see the direction of this term, alpha cross RB/A. This is very similar to omega cross RB/A. If the like in this picture, instead of omega, if I put alpha, and that alpha which will be perpendicular to the plane, and if that alpha is in counterclockwise direction, then I will put the term which is perpendicular to this RBA, but in this direction. Okay, if that alpha is in clockwise direction, okay, then I will put that term in this direction. Okay, so perpendicular to this RBA, but in this direction. Okay, so that's about alpha cross RB/A. Okay, and we call that particular term as tangential component. Okay, why tangential component? Because when I draw a circle by fixing A, and if I draw a circle with AB as a radius, then that component will be tangent to that curve, right? And because of that, we call this particular term as tangential component. Okay, what about this term? What about the direction of this term? And we know the direction of this term, omega cross RB/A, which is going to be perpendicular to RB/A, right? And once again, if I take a cross product, that will result in a vector which is going to be perpendicular to the perpendicular of RB/A, which means it will be along RB/A, but in the opposite direction. Okay, maybe this picture will help you understand the direction. Say this is omega, and this is that R vector. Okay, and omega cross R will be perpendicular to this and this vector, which is this vector. Okay, now if I do a cross product, once again omega cross R, then that result will be perpendicular to these two vectors, okay, which will be in this direction, okay. And the magnet, and this is r vector, and this is omega cross r, which means it's in the opposite direction. And for that reason what we put is minus omega square r, okay, because r represents this direction and minus r represents this direction, okay. So therefore we call that particular term as, instead of omega cross rb slash a, we will just put minus omega square rb slash a, okay. And we call that term as a radial component because it's in the radial direction, okay. So this is the final form which we will use in the acceleration analysis. Thank you.